Hey my beautiful Pisces peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you with your July 2023 tarot reading. How are ya? Hope all is well. Alright guys, before we jump on into it, as always, I do want to mention if you're interested in personal readings, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description below. But Team Pisces, let's see what's going on here for the fish. So, what do we got showing up here for Pisces? Instantaneously, two cards popping out here for you. We have here a Six of Pentacles, and we have here a Five of Wands. I'm hearing the hard times are over. If you guys were facing any challenging times, any hard times and things of that nature, Six of Pentacles clears that up for you, because Six of Pentacles is all about kind of rebalancing the scales. It's the energy here of, also at the same time too, Six of Pentacles is also about what you put in is what you get back, so what you give is what you get. I do think to a certain degree here as well, Pisces, despite having any sort of struggles and overcoming those struggles, you could be approaching struggles at a different angle this month, you know what I mean? So instead of looking at a struggle and then continuing to reinforce the fact that it's a struggle and then doing the same thing and getting the same result that might be displeasing, it's about maybe switching up how you do things to get a positive result, right? You know, a person can struggle over and over and over again trying to get to a result, but using a shitty method. Not saying you were using shitty methods, Pisces, but just for an example, let's say a person's like, okay, I want to lose, 10 pounds, but the way that they're doing an exercise, maybe that isn't working for them. So they keep on doing it. Maybe they're not losing the amount of weight they want to. They get frustrated. And then maybe if they were to just try a different exercise, it could get them to that goal. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes there's a different method that could still deliver you to your common goal, but you have to practice a different method, right? So I definitely feel here for Pisceans, struggle is over, but I feel like you're taking a different angle on this struggle. And I also wanted to mention here too, you're not reinforcing the struggle energy either. You know, typically when somebody here is like, oh, well, I'm struggling, and they keep on putting that anger, that irritation, and that struggle right back into it, they're just going to get that same result, For a person who's getting irritated with what they're doing, if they keep on doing what irritates them, they're going to be more irritated. So I definitely feel here for many of you, a different approach is coming in here for you that ends up balancing out the scales with the Six of Pentacles. I'm going to leave these cards here. I'm not going to use it for the official portion of the read, but that was kind of like a pre-message that came in here for you. You know what? We're going to island them over here, all right? They're going to go chill on their own little island here, Pisces, but let's get a couple shuffles, guys, and we'll see what's up here for July. So what's going on here with the Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout July 2023? Let's check it out. Starting out with the overall energy for you, we got the Seven of Wands. I'm hearing resilience coming in here for you. Current energy is the Three of Swords, what you're dealing with, Seven of Swords, outcome present, well, the current outcome, current conclusion, King of Swords coming up here for you as well. So Pisces, I'm kind of liking this reading. I'm not, liking the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords, but I'm liking that you're overcoming these energies, which is positive. Seven of Wands is the energy of resilience. You're not backing down. You're fighting for what you believe in. That's what the Seven of Wands is all about. Looking at the current energy being the Three of Swords, this can represent a person who's wounded or a person who's experiencing a lot of pain. So I do feel like Pisceans, in the current moment, there is a lot of pain coming up here for you, but looking at what you're dealing with, Seven of Swords, it was kind of like the way you were trying to deal with your pain, I think, was prolonging it rather than helping it. It felt like you were dealing with your pain in maybe manners or ways that weren't helping you at all. So when I see the current conclusion here being the King of Swords here says you're figuring out the method, right? Five of Wands, Six of Pentacles, of how to deal with any sort of struggle, any sort of pain. Instead of reinforcing that pain and continuing to perpetually live in that cycle, we're finding a way to escape. We're finding a way to break free from that pain and break free from that cycle. So far, so good. Really liking this energy for you. You're resilient in a manner this time around where it's not about you continuing to reinforce your pain, but instead it's about looking for the solution instead of reinforcing the problem. All right, I like that, guys. Really good start. Let's have a look here and see what's showing up in your challenge position for the month here of July. And coming into your challenge, we have here Six of Cups. Now, Six of Cups represents the past. So you might have been dealing with a very painful past, or this can be representing that the past couple of weeks, couple of months have been a little bit of a hard or difficult time for you. For some of you, it could have been the past couple of years, may have been a bit of a difficult time and a difficult cycle. Clarify the Six of Cups for me on what Pisceans were experiencing. High Priestess here, card of intuition, Nine of Swords showing up here, and the Queen of Swords showing up here as well. Queen of Swords and the High Priestess could be about you being detached from your intuition, not listening to your inner knowing, not listening to that little voice inside your head. Nine of Swords here can represent low vibrational feelings, feelings of anxiety, feelings of sadness, and things of that nature as well. So Pisces, I feel like your intuition was trying to tell you, I'm hearing like your intuition was trying to give you the key this entire time of how to beat these low vibrational energies, but ultimately here, maybe your intuition was being ignored. And I don't know if you were intentionally trying to ignore your intuition, but there was always this little voice in your head kind of telling you, hey, this is what we should do, but it feels like you didn't take action towards what your intuition was speaking to you. So I definitely feel like it has been a very difficult time for the past couple weeks, months, years, etc. And you're at a point here now where you are listening to your intuition, which is the good news. But in the past here, the cards are saying maybe you weren't listening to it as much. All right, Pisces, moving on forward, give me some information here as to what Pisceans' intuition was trying to explain to them. What was Pisces being nudged towards in the past? Ace of Wands. Yeah, you were being nudged towards a new beginning. You were being nudged in a new direction that was going to be beneficial for you. Why did Pisces not listen to their intuition? Judgment card showing up here at this time. I'm hearing distraction, and I never see distraction energy with the Judgment, but the Judgment here can be about maybe taking into consideration other people's judgments, other people's opinions, and that within itself can be a distraction, right, Pisces? So I kind of feel like you've been misguided in a certain way from other people when your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, whatever you want to call it, has been trying to guide you all along. So it feels like you weren't listening to that, but instead there is a little bit of a misguiding energy showing up, maybe from an external source like other people, right? Looking at what you're dealing with here, Seven of Swords does represent deception. And granted, I do feel like there was a little bit of self-deception at play here for you, Pisces. I also kind of feel like there was external deception, meaning other people who were misguiding you, other people who were maybe putting you in the wrong direction or pushing you towards the wrong direction in your life. And I feel like it took maybe a while to see their red flags, or maybe it took a while for you to see somebody for who they were and to see where they were misguiding you in life. Okay, so do take that if it resonates, of course, leave it if it doesn't. But the challenge here is the past. You know, it's been a bit of a painful past experience for quite some time. Having a look here and seeing what you're going to deal with throughout the rest of July, we have here the Nine of Cups. Awesome. Very good card here. Nine of Cups represents the energy of feeling positive, the energy of feeling uppity, good. You know, it does represent self-fulfillment. So I do think you're going to get to a point here where you feel pretty fulfilled coming into the month of July. Things feel different. I'm not feeling depressed, unhappy, sad. It does feel to me like you're in a space where by taking different approaches to kind of deal with any of, you know, the things you've been struggling with or any of the things that have been making you unhappy are starting to actually work for you, right? As I mentioned to you previously, if you do the same thing, you're going to get the same result. But because you're taking a little bit of a different route here to maybe deal with what you're struggling with in life, you're starting to see a result come from it. And that result within itself is positive. Having a look at the overall outcome for July, the Hierophant, I like that Hierophant card showing up here for you. You're at a point in time where you're very committed and devoted to yourself, but I think that you're choosing to remain very committed and devoted to focusing on the solution and not reinforcing the problem, as I was previously mentioning before. You know, Seven of Wands, like I mentioned in the beginning, the overall energy of the reading is the energy of resilience. And I feel like you've been very resilient, but in the past you were resilient of reinforcing your problem. Now coming into the present moment, you're being very resilient of finding solutions. So there is a big change here happening. And I feel like vibrationally, emotionally, you feel a heck of a lot better here too. There's going to be a lot of weight being lifted off your shoulders while many of you are healing this month and really working through any of the problems or issues that have been causing you pain or grief in your life. So you are starting to see release happen, and you are starting to see your mood change in spite of that, which is a very positive thing here to see as well. So far, Pisces, it's looking pretty damn good. Let's have a look here and see what the most important message is going to be here for you in July 2023. Page of Wands already came out for you, so we'll take that Page of Wands. But what's going to be the most important message coming in for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout July 2023. We have here the Eight of Wands, and then taking a look here at one last card, we have here the Four of Pentacles. Needing to escape yourself and needing to escape the same cycle that you have been continuing and running around in for quite some time. I think that the most important message of the month of July here is about breaking your cycle. And when I say your cycle, I get the description here that maybe you were in a place, well, you were in a place of sadness, a place where you're unhappy, but doing the same thing over and over again is what created your cycle. It was repetitive and it wasn't helping you or benefiting you. So being able to break out of that, jumping into July and making that your main focus is what's really going to set you free. Eight of Cups, energy of becoming free, energy of walking away. Page of Wands, being able to put your energy, your focus, and your attention into something more interesting, but also something more positive here in your life. It's a fresh start with the Page of Wands here for you. I like it, guys. Let's take a little bit of a look into what your past repetitive cycle was like. So let's get some insight here for Pisces in reference to what their previous repetitive cycle was like. Give me a little bit of insight into their situations they were dealing with in the past. We have here the Sun, we have here the Hermit, we have here the Magician, and we have here the Justice card. Interesting. So it felt like in the past, things were very balanced and great one moment, and then the next moment here with the Magician to the Hermit, it feels like everything that made you happy, everything that brought forth balance in your life suddenly happened to fade. So I feel like whatever kind of situation you went through that struck an energy of unhappiness, that struck the Three of Swords, is a situation that changed very suddenly. I feel like in your past, what you had something in life that was making you really happy, then suddenly you felt like it disappeared. So something changed very rapidly and quick, and I feel like it's not something you necessarily expected. For some of you Pisces, Three of Swords can be representing a broken heart, Maybe you really loved someone, you felt like you were really happy with your romantic partnership and relationship, and then suddenly your person wasn't around anymore. Suddenly your person broke up with you, or something like that happened, Maybe you really loved your job, suddenly you lost it, right? So you hit something in the past that you were really happy with that suddenly changed. And I think that that started to bring you to a point where you were trying to find anything that you could hold on to that would almost replicate the feeling of what used to make you happy. Let's say, for example, maybe a breakup happened. You might have been latching on to anything in life that could make you feel as happy as you were when you were with that person, So I really feel like you've been trying over the, past couple months, years, whatever your case may be, to replicate this feeling of the past in your life again. I just want to be happy like I used to be, before I lost my happiness. You've really been chasing that feeling. And I think that you're recognizing it was like no matter what I could do, I couldn't find that feeling again. I couldn't reconnect with it. And that would furthermore make you feel stressed, make you feel unhappy, and make you feel like you're struggling. And then you would say to yourself in your past, Pisces, well, I struggle to find happiness. It's been this way for a while now. I had happiness in the past, but I'm just not happy anymore. I can't find anything to get back to that level. And I think one of the biggest reasons why, Pisces, is because you were trying to replicate a past situation that is no longer, but also you weren't giving yourself the opportunity to find happiness in something else. And this reading hits home for me, man. It really does, because I've been here before in my life where it's like, man, I was so happy back then. If I could just be right now where I'm at right now, if I could just be as happy as I was back then, I'd have no complaints in life. I wouldn't be so sad. I wouldn't be depressed. I used to be like that in certain scenarios. This situation has happened to me before in my life. And I had to learn that I was holding on to past happiness, thinking that was the best it was ever going to get, I was holding on to that previous energy thinking, yo, this is it. This is the peak. You know what I mean? And by the way, I'm talking, I went through this kind of situation, maybe like 16, 17 years old. So I'm, young as fuck still. I'm 24 now, but back then I was 16, 17 years old, saying to myself, yeah, this is my peak. It's not even my peak, man. Not even right now is my peak, okay? I think 30s might be my peak. Who knows? But that's still young as shit too. Regardless of that statement though, Pisces, I wasn't allowing myself to be open to a different experience of happiness. And when I started to open myself up to that, the happiness I received in new situations were like literally nothing compared to what I used to hold on to. You know what I mean? So I really feel like this month in July here, it's about having to open yourself up to new experiences of happiness and to stop comparing that you need to get to the certain level you used to be at, because guess what? There is something out there that's going to make you so much more happier than you've ever felt before. Okay? So that's what I have here for the most important message. It's a pretty important one. I do hope that it resonates with you guys, okay? All right, let's have a look here and see advice from the universe, and then we'll go ahead and close off your reading. So is there any advice coming in here from the universe for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout July 2023. Any advice coming in from the universe? We have here the Strength. We have here the Five of Cups. And then taking a look here at one more card for Pisces, Ace of Cups coming up here as well. Yeah, Pisces, take the opportunity this month in July 2023 to really allow yourself to let go of any sort of grief you've experienced, anything that has brought you pain, and really take the time here to take a look at what you've been dealing with in the past and in the present. Take a look at your pain, analyze it, see it for what it is. But the Strength card here says, after you go through your period of grief, it's time to allow yourself to detach from the grief you've previously experienced, and it's time to allow yourself to open up. Because if you open up, you're going to find the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is not only a card that just represents love, it's a card here that represents fulfillment. So Pisces, as I was mentioning previously with the most important message, the universe in a way has a similar message for you. And that message is going to be, you may not find the same thing that brought you happiness that you had in the past that you felt like you've lost. But if you open yourself up to finding happiness in another area of life or in other areas of life in general, if you can be open to that, you will receive that. But you have to let go of the past, because the past is what's interfering in reference to you finding new revenues of happiness, finding more happy and positive and beautiful moments in life, and your past is basically holding you back from it. If you allow yourself to let go, you will see a whole different situation, and you will have many different experiences that are going to be very positive here for you going forward into your future. So it's a jam-packed emotional month, but I think that if you can apply yourself to be resilient in a different way, to strive to find solutions rather than focusing on your problem, to let go of the past and the pain that came with it, and open yourself up to inviting new situations, you're going to see a major difference here in your life. All right, Pisces? All right, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you guys for coming out here to your read for the month here of July 2023. Of course, do let me know if it resonates down in the comment section below. But guys, it was an honor to read for you. Really grateful that you guys gave me this opportunity. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. And if you guys are interested in personal readings, you can find it. You can find my website, first link in the description below. You can book me there. Okay? All right, Pisces. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Have a great rest of July. And I will see you all in the next video. Much love to my soul family. And guys, take care and have yourselves a good one. Peace.